If you're trying to buy a home in today's market, you know that bidding wars are pretty much the norm these days. So how can you up your chances of winning that war? Well, I can help with that. So stick around because today I'm going to give you my second rule for winning a bidding war. And if you missed the first rule, I went over that last week, so just check it out when you're done watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe because I do this every week and you don't want to miss anything. So last time we talked about rule number 1 for winning the bid on your new home. Today, we're going to go over rule number 2, which is there really are no rules. The seller can dictate pretty much everything about the sale of their home. They can set whatever price they want, no matter how ridiculous you think it is. They get to choose when and how they want to receive offers. And ultimately, they get to choose which offer they accept and when they accept it. And until they're actually under contract, they get to change their mind too. So there are no hard and fast guarantees about how things are going to go. Everything's pretty much fair game, so expect the unexpected. Because every home, every seller, and every situation is going to be different. You really can't go into it with any preconceived notions about the way things are going to work or how it's going to go. But there are a few basic ways that things could play out. The seller can put their house on the market and just take the first offer that comes in. Or they can take multiple offers over a span of time and then decide whether to accept one of them outright or counter back to just one offer or go back and ask everybody for their highest and best. They don't have to accept any of the offers if they don't want to, and they can respond back whenever it suits them. The ball is entirely in their court. Sometimes a seller will set a deadline for all offers to be in and then set a time to respond to those offers. For instance, they can say, okay, we want all offers in by Friday at 5 p.m. and we'll respond to them at noon on Monday. But they're not bound to that. Know that they can still accept any offer they choose to before that deadline. They can take an offer on Thursday or over the weekend or even on Monday morning if they want to. Like I said, there are no rules, which is really frustrating, I know. But it's just the way the market is right now, so you pretty much just have to deal with it. And my best advice for dealing with it is to go in with your best offer right off the bat. Decide in advance what price and terms you're comfortable with, and then go in strong. Choose the highest price that you're comfortable with so that if you win the bid, you're thrilled to get the house at that price. But if the home goes over that amount, you can still sleep at night knowing that you gave it your best shot and didn't leave anything on the table. You don't know that you're going to get a second shot at it, so make your first one count. That way you won't have any regrets later. Now, I said earlier that there are no rules, and that's true, but there are norms. And what usually happens in a multiple offer situation is that the seller will ask everyone for best and final, and then they'll pick one from that group and accept it. So unlike some past markets, there's usually only one round of negotiation, which means don't waste the opportunity. And I say that because even in this market, I still run into buyers who say, okay, well, here's my offer, but I need an answer by 6 p.m. today. And while that kind of deadline might have worked in past markets, today the seller's probably not going to be real happy with that kind of ultimatum. And they're probably not going to get back to you by 6. In fact, they might just decide that you're going to be too difficult to deal with and just put your offer right in the trash bin. Unless it's a really amazing offer, in which case you might have a shot. Same thing goes with lowball offers. I'm pretty good at what I do, but I am not a miracle worker. And in a multiple offer situation, presenting a lowball offer isn't going to do you any favors. At best, it makes you look unrealistic, and at worst, it makes you look difficult. And trust me, nobody likes difficult. So don't be that buyer. Just take a deep breath, put your best foot forward, and before you know it, you'll be at the closing table. So stay tuned next week when I'll go over a few ways you can make your offer stand out in a crowd, even if you're not buying with cash.